Hello everyone, I'm Chessrook44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Jade Empire. This is a game by Bioware, as you can see right there, and I've kind of wanted to play again for a little bit. I played it way back in the day when it came out and did enjoy it. The game itself came out around during Bioware's golden age, and may have been considered one of the weaker ones of its day. Nowadays, I think it's considered more of a hidden gem. Still a very good game. Probably has its flaws, but still worth it to play. And I'd have thought, I actually realized it's probably the only... What the hell? I didn't realize this was a game that had those kinds of intros in it. Ignoring that. One thing I realized recently was, apparently, this is the only martial arts RPG, or really martial arts game, that's come out in... Frick, I don't know. When did this come out? I think like mid-2000s or so? Maybe early 2000s? When's the last martial arts game you can really think of? AAA or otherwise? But, no. So, anyway, before that starts again, how about we give it another go? And I just want to say this right at the start. Fantastic soundtrack, beautiful music in this. I'm probably going to get copyright claimed for it, so if you see any ads on this or any future videos, that is entirely due to that, not me. I don't put ads on my videos. I'm not that type of person. Anyway, let us begin. And, of course, I admit one of the weaker points is character creation, where you only have a selection of about 7 different possible characters, 3 female, 2 male. And it's very specific character designs, and it matches certain, well, setups of stats and the combat styles you start with. There's 4 different types of combat: strong, fast, balanced, and magic. And for some reason, females don't have a strong type. I don't know why. The styles are generally made to match that. The character type defines the way your stats are put out, and the style and the combat style you start with kinda fixes that a bit. I am going to go with a balanced, as you might expect, and I may as well go with a male character, because I am male, so we'll go with this particular character. Balanced type. While not the fastest or strongest of warriors, the balanced character is the most versatile. Balanced character excels at adapting to exploit his enemy's weaknesses. Starting styles we get Legendary Strike and Heavenly Wave. Everyone gets Heavenly Wave at the start. Legendary Strike... yeah, I'll read them. Many in the Jade Empire have heard of Legendary Strike, but few have actually seen it in action. Fewer still have mastered this martial style, but those who have are to be feared. Their blows can rain down too fast to block, and their kicks can quickly put an opponent out for good. As for Heavenly Wave, fighters skilled in Heavenly Wave learn techniques that can slow their opponents to a crawl. While this support style does no damage on its own, a master can manipulate the chi in the area around opponents, rendering them sluggish and easily defeated. Even the most lightning-fast of foes can be slowed to a turtle's pace with a skillful application of Heavenly Wave. Alright, click to start. Entering the name. I tried thinking of a name, I'm not necessarily the best. Apparently we can generate random names. Baoyu the Rat, Imperius Gao Chang, Victorious Hong Tu, Stone Dong Kai, Flying Hong Zhang, Lu the Prodigy is the normal one. I'm not going to bother with any fancy titles or anything. I'm not the best at coming up with names that aren't too, generic or stereotypical, so what the hell, let's just throw out a name that I think sounds good. Jin. He is Jin. No special titles, no fancy names, nothing like that, just Jin. I don't know why this whole massive thing is needed for the name, but there we go. And then we got the rest of this. Health, Chi, Focus for our 3 stats, Body, Spirit, well, our 3 bars, Body, Spirit, Mind for our stats, everything else, we're good. Let us begin at last.
I swear, one of these days I'll find a way around your guard.
Yeah, I'll only be doing my voice, unfortunately. This game is voiced. One more match, then?
Happily. I feel that I learn something every time I face you, even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise. So long as you're certain you have time.
I am rarely beaten, friend.
Let us begin.
Yep, as soon as we start, we get the combat tutorial. Alright, press mouse 1 to attack. Simple enough. Alright, simple enough. Blocking. Fair enough. Ow. Chi heal to channel your chi to heal. Yep, nice thing. You can heal at any time, no matter who or what you are. Powerful attacks can overcome defense. So, very simple. Boom. And there's also evading. Like that, and even a jump over. There we go.
Did you see? Master Li was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it.
Oh, thank you for the bout.
You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Li told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush.
Where is Master Li again?
Master Li just went into his house. It's just over there, as always. You have some time to wander the school and talk with other students. Smiling Mountain likely has some of the younger students available if you want to spar. I shall leave you to it. Take care, my friend.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me, wandering around the school. Chapter 1, wherein a master foretells of doom, a rival challenges for station, and the past haunts the present. Your training nears its completion in the idyllic setting of 2 rivers. Master Li promises that soon you will know more about how you came here and where your future will lead. All the while, strange tales begin to spread of ghosts that will not rest, and shadowy assassins who heed no law. Alright. Oh god, sensitive as this may be, this is actually me after I turned down the sensitivity. Before, it was at 5 and I was zooming around incredibly quickly. I had to turn it down to 2 and now it's a bit better. Let's see. Level design and everything. Techniques. Styles allows you to spend style points to learn new techniques. Map styles to your hotkeys for rapid access during combat and see all the styles you've learned. Something to keep in mind so I can switch between them. Followers, other things. Journal screen for our quests. And there's a map of the local area, which, well, we will need to look around. Master Li is directly in front of us now, so we're going to look around everywhere else. Because that's how I do things. And then load, save, and options. Alright, and I think, yep, that will allow us to look at the map. So let's take a look out here. Alright. Master Lee is right up there. Good to know.
Typical.
Oh, hey!
Who was that? You?
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Lee, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you for a moment.
The senior student, Master Lee's little lapdog, here to talk to me? My lucky, lucky day. Don't you have something more important to do?
What did I do to earn this belligerence?
You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Lee wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
Well, gee, maybe I'm just going to let him wait, you little prick. Alright. Just with martial styles. Martial styles do not always access the energies of mind and body harmoniously. Sometimes imbalance is the source of their power, as it is with Iron Palm and Viper. Each requires possession of 3 meditation scrolls that prepare the student for the forces that will be encountered. If these disciplines are attempted without complete understanding, the student risks accessing more power than the body can withstand. Knowledge of Iron Palm and Viper is not often shared, as most martial practitioners consider them to be in opposition to classical teaching. If a student happens upon one of the scrolls detailing these styles, he or she cannot and should not attempt to train in the style until gaining the possession of all 3. The most difficult and humbling step of any journey is the acceptance of one's own limitations and confronting whether the journey is possible at all. Okay, interesting. The Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastatingly dry years, while those in the Ministry of Harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sunhai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. Okay, a little bit of information and knowledge, good to have. The Old Tongue, Volume 1. Tho Fan, or the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in territorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the Jade Empire. I think we're going to end up hearing that spoken sometimes. Alright. Student.
One day I'll reach your level of skill, but not unless I keep practicing with Smiling Mountain.
Okay.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I am ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
Why do you doubt yourself?
I haven't yet settled in. My studies in the Imperial City were far inferior to the instruction you've had. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Lee?
I've studied with him as long as I can remember.
You and Dawnstar have both had a lifetime of training under Master Lee. He is stern with you, but you sure can see that he's proud as well. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
How well do you know the others at this school?
I don't know anyone else who displays the skill you do. Well, perhaps Gao, but he lacks discipline. That is why he still wears the robes of a junior student, despite his ability. Dawnstar would be next, with few able to match her delicate moves. Beyond that, the only other person I know well is Smiling Mountain, the sparring master.
What do you think of Dawnstar?
I know she is sensitive to things the rest of us can't see. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. It obviously makes her feel different, and that's not right.
Why do you say that?
I think she was given a gift. Unlike responsibility, it may not always be pleasant, but it's something she should be proud of. It shouldn't isolate her.
Alright, do you have any impressions of Gal? Although I already got a fairly good impression from him just a few minutes ago.
I have seen his kind in the city. He thinks his family's wealth is a substitute for nobility and is angered when others still see him for what he is, a crass and spoiled bully.
How about Smiling Mountain? How has he helped you train?
He doesn't come close to Master Lee's skill, but Smiling Mountain is good for the younger students. He pairs novices with more advanced students so we can learn.
Alright. Have you heard anything special about me?
I've heard about and seen your skill, but I haven't been here long enough to know much more. Most of the students seem to appreciate your abilities.
Oh, who doesn't?
I hate to put words in other people's mouths, but it's obvious that Gao does not favor you. Master Lee has been a mediator of sorts, but Gao responds poorly to authority.
Alright then. Other questions?
I'll answer what I can.
Since you're new, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Master Lee.
He is one man and guides his students well. My last school had 2 masters who feuded all the time. It made learning very difficult.
What style did you study in the Imperial City?
At the Black Leopard School, I learned the bare basics of a style under First Brother Kai, but not enough to say I'd mastered anything more than a few core techniques. I demonstrate, but I don't think I even could. Master Lee's teachings have been so much more effective that I have forgotten most of what I learned in the capital.
A pity. How do Master Lee's skills measure up to your teachers in the Imperial City?
He is greatly skilled and tutors his students intently. You especially. My school in the city was mired in politics, not an environment that promotes diligent study.
Alright. Other questions. What do people from the capital think of the Empire?
It's funny, but I still want to look over my shoulder. I have to remember that we are a long way from the ears of the Lotus Assassins.
Why would you be worried about the Lotus Assassins?
They're the Emperor's personal guardians. In the Imperial City, they watch everyone and everything, looking for those who would question the course of the Empire.
Why are people questioning the direction the Empire is taking?
The Lotus Assassins visit people who ask a lot of questions. The Emperor hasn't been seen much recently. His advisors run things. They're not gentle.
Do you know anything about rumors of ghosts that have been going around?
There's already enough darkness without making up stories about shadows, in my opinion. And try Lynn. She seems very interested in the ghosts.
What can you tell me about places other than here?
I'm no map maker, but I know the basics of the way the Empire is laid out. What do you want to know?
Alright, we can learn some more about this place. Tell me about the Imperial City.
It was a beautiful place to grow up. The brightest minds, the most noble houses, all the greatest warriors gather there. It's truly the most vibrant place in the world.
Sounds like you miss it.
I'm glad to be here, don't get me wrong. Two Rivers, though, is very peaceful. I'm used to a more hectic pace, I think. It's taking me some time to adjust.
How do you like this area, though?
Two Rivers is quiet, subdued. This province has a lot of rich agricultural land. Actually, fields cover pretty much everything south of the Great Southern Forest.
What do people from the city tend to think of the area?
They consider farmers uneducated rustics, though they'd use less polite terms. They'd change their tune if they could see such a skilled tutor as Master Lee out here.
Alright, what about the rest of the Empire?
The Empire is divided into 4 massive provinces. This area, largely agricultural, is the Golden Delta. To the north lies the Seat of Heaven, which holds the Imperial City. In the prosperous east, you can find port cities like the Phoenix Gate. To the west lie the hills of the 6 Holy Scrolls. I know little about those 2 provinces, though.
Alright then. Well, I have other questions. You're fairly new here. How about you tell me some more about yourself?
I'm honored that you should ask. What do you want to know?
Well, what brought you to this school?
The school I attended in the Imperial City was becoming mired in politics, so my mother sent me out to the country instead. Politics is dangerous, she always said.
Yeah, very true. What sort of dangers would the Imperial City have?
Oh, I don't know. It just seems like the city is changing. Strange people, strange machines. These are interesting times. I think she just wanted to know that I'd be safe.
And what do you think you'll do when you're done training here?
Well, that won't be for a long time, but I'll probably return to the Imperial City. Perhaps I'll join the Imperial Guard. It's hard to think that far ahead.
Alright. Well, take care. I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Thank you for the conversation. Now, let's keep looking around a bit. Ah, another book. More information. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars and the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, 3 major ones are the most auspicious. Comets, the flames of the heavens passing across the sky, eclipses, during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods, and falling stars, making the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. Or marking it, I mean. Let's see. Harmonic combinations. To fight without thought is suicide. The path to victory is laid out one step at a time, each ahead of your opponents. Sagacious Tien. Harmonic combinations demand the use of 2 styles in rapid succession. The first must be of the class called Support, the second from the class known as Martial. Timing is the key. Begin with a focused disabling effect and follow quickly with a powerful bare-handed blow. The 2 actions working in consort will create a harmonic channel in your chi and wreak havoc upon your foe. You must be swift, as the window to create the harmony is limited. Disable your foe, close swiftly as you change style, and strike with all available force. Let nothing stand in your way, but beware. Opponents of great strength may possess the training to resist this technique. The thought will guide you to victory. Harmonic combinations will ensure the journey is swift. A little information on how things proceed here. Here's Jing Wu. Not sure how much time we have left. Let's give it a go. Might go a little long, but let's speak with Jing Wu here.
Always good to see you wandering the school. You're the best among us, after all. So it makes everyone train a little harder when you're around. The tricky part is making sure we're emulating you, not hoping to take you down a peg. You should think carefully before bruising the tender egos around here. Oh, did I tell you to see Master Li when you have a chance? I'm not taking the blame if you forget.
Oh, this is the guy we fought. Alright. Oh, we also have Smiling Mountain, who will likely have a lot to speak of there. It marks it as the sparring arena. Well, there's more to look at there. Oh, there we go. That's just school gate. Up. Nothing else really special there. Let me see. Looking at the map here. Oh, there is a backwards path. Didn't even realize. Yeah, up here. Goes all the way around. Interesting. And there is someone up there. Alright, let's take a look. Oh no, it's...
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best.
Huh. Oh, why the unfair odds?
With all due respect, we would be no challenge for you individually. We could learn much from seeing how you deal with more than one opponent. Smiling Mountain usually lets us fight in groups if he has enough students available. But learning from you is a chance I wouldn't want to pass up.
I don't see why not.
If you have time, that is. I would not wish to impose.
I could spare a moment or two, certainly.
This is good news. We'll try to go easy on you.
Legendary
You can
strike.
try.
Heavenly wave. Legendary strike. Heaven away. Legendary strike. I need healing.
There we go. Jeez, I nearly failed.
That's enough! I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Glad to have provided some help. Monkey! Ah, this is interesting. A tomb. This grave appears to be dedicated to the Old Master, a former instructor of the school. It is a humble tribute, not even bearing his name. A small bowl sits beneath the stylized image of a lion, ready to accept offerings of silver to speed the spirit of the departed to his rest. You have no silver. Leave it as it is. You leave this modest grave undisturbed. Fair enough. Doesn't look like there's really much else back here. There's still a path down there to investigate, which... Jeez, I keep forgetting. That's the full map. Dawnstar's Garden, Spirit Font Focus Shrine. I think we'll investigate that in the next episode, because this one's gone on long enough. A decent, calm start, getting some information and all. Next episode, we'll go see this Dawnstar, who it's suggested is an old friend of ours. That'll be in the next episode. Till then, I am Chester44. That is Jin. This has been a Let's Play of Jade Empire. God, after doing outros so long that had so much in them, this feels so short. And I shall see you all next time.